For having me. Appreciate the honor, the opportunity to fill in for Rush. The governor of Virginia, Ralph Northam, famous for blackface photos and also his endorsement of killing babies after they're born, but it's only after a consultation with the would-have-been parents and the would-be physician who would kill the child. There's apparently a newfound respect for life. He is very upset that Liberty University, he contends, is reopened. But is that really the case? Joining us is the president of Liberty University, Jerry Falwell. Mr. Falwell, welcome to the Rush Limbaugh program. Todd Herman filling in.
Todd, I can't tell you what an honor it is to be with you. I've been listening to Rush since 1992, and a lot of my political views are because of what I learned from Rush. And I'm 57 years old, and I've met lots of politicians, presidents, celebrities, but the only person I ever met who made me breathless was when I met Rush Limbaugh at the Christmas party at the White House last year. So just wanted to start on that personal note, how much I respect him.
Well, you're in good company. Mr. Falwell, you have a lot of people who are listening to this, who are sending prayers for Rush and just telling him to be cool, to heal, and come back behind the golden earbuds microphone when he's ready. And talk to us about Liberty University, that there's this contention that you just reopened the university, letting everybody in, and the Governor Northam is now very upset with you.
No, he's not upset with it. It's a lot of false reporting going on. Liberty's done nothing any differently than any other university. We're on spring break last week. We have 15,500 students on campus, 100,000 adults online. And during spring break, we spent all week putting in place policies and procedures so that the students who did want to come back could study safely. Now, the main thing was we converted all our courses to online, and we converted all the restaurants on campus to takeout only. We increased our cleaning crews so they're wiping surfaces that are often touched every hour. We added police. But we only had about 1,000 to 1,400 or so that are here now. And the reason they're here, a lot of them, is because they're international students, and they can't go back home. And so we didn't want to be one of these schools who just says, let's push the problem off on somebody else's community, send them home, not give them the online option, which is what some of the Ivy Leagues are doing, and not and lay off all of our food service. They're laying off food service workers, even though they have $40 million endowment at Harvard, is what I read. But I just didn't want to be one of those schools. I wanted to make it easy for young people and for adults to continue their education safely. And the ones who chose to come here, it's like a ghost town. The campus is built for 10 times as many people. So in the buildings, we have signs on every other chair, don't sit here. We have computer labs where only the third computer works. We've consulted with medical experts in different parts of the country to make sure that we're doing everything right. And we got a surprise inspection from the Governor Northam yesterday, the Virginia Department of Health, and they couldn't say enough good things about the inspectors, about how impressed they were and how we were complying with every one of his orders and how we had taken so many precautions to prevent infectious spread of this disease. So everything you're hearing in the media is it's aimed at Liberty because Liberty is a conservative university, and it could be a little guilt from other universities who chose just to send everybody home and push the problem off on other communities. I don't know.
I sit amazed and stunned that the media would issue biased reports. I mean, it's very, very difficult for me to believe. Jerry Falwell is with us. He's president of Liberty University. I wonder to what degree, and may I call you Jerry? Is that okay?
Of course.
Yeah, I wonder, Jerry, to what degree you are kind of communicating a template for what can be done, because I'm of the mind that we're smart enough and good enough and have enough communication methods that we can tell the world of senior citizens who have comorbid factors, you must strictly quarantine. And if you're a senior citizen and you even don't have comorbid factors, you need to quarantine to a degree, and you need to be very, very careful. But our young people, Jerry Falwell, they statistically are so unlikely to die from this. Secondly, them getting contact with the virus, becoming a little bit sick, actually builds up a herd immunity, as I understand it, which is good because the disease has fewer places to land. It helps speed the end of the disease, is what I'm reading with a lot of epidemiologists. Not everyone agrees with that, but it makes sense to me. So could you be presenting a template that might roll back up into the President of the United States on some ways that he wants to get the economy rolling by April? You've done it very carefully. Could this be a template?
Well, we have over 35 years of experience in online education, so we were way ahead of the curve and well suited to address a situation like this, more so than almost any other university. But having this online option, and it's not just sort of a thrown together online option that you're seeing at a lot of colleges. It's real. Microsoft Teams is the software. They can watch, the whole class can see each other on little thumbnails on the screen, on the computer screen, and they can have discussions just like they do in class. The professors are at home working. If they choose, they're doing their office hours at home. We're sending home as many employees as we can. And I think having the students on campus is the safest place they can be. The few that did decide to come back, it's like an apartment complex, except safer because we have measures in place that apartment complexes don't have. So yes, I think that in the fall, if the virus is still around, or if there's another pandemic in the future, I think what we're doing here can become a model for all universities. But there are professors at prestigious Ivy League schools that think that online education is beneath them. That if they can't have the students sitting under their nose being indoctrinated by them, they don't want to provide education at all. And we don't feel that way. We want it to be accessible and affordable to everyone. And it's the wave of the future anyway. But we just wanted to be the pace setter here, and I didn't want to be one of these colleges that just, like I said, just pushed it off on others, and so that's what we try to do. We're a Christian university, so we feel like we have a responsibility to do what's in the best interest of our students, our faculty, our staff, and stay open. I think staying open is a big part of that because we could have just laid everybody off, and we're spending more now to be open for the few that are here than we spent when everybody was here because of all the additional measures that we're having to take. So I think that's just if every industry and if every college would follow that lead, I think it would we'd be out of this a lot faster because it really is going to be the private sector that pulls us out. The government can give us a little shot in the arm, and I'm glad they are. President Trump, thank God we have a CEO managing this situation because I can't think of a single professional politician who's been president in my lifetime who could have even come close to what President Trump has done. Look what happened in 2009 with the H1N1 virus. A lot more deaths, 300,000 Americans in the hospital, 60 million Americans had the virus, and nowhere near the response from President Obama that we've seen from President Trump with this virus. And so I think that's a lesson, too.
Yeah, and not to mention, also, I did some research. Jerry Falwell was with us, the president of Liberty University, as we wrap up here. Jerry, I did some research. I went back and tried to find, I did Nexus, Lexus, I did YouTube, I did everything, Google, etc. I tried to find any criticism of Barack Obama and Joe Biden from the media in regard to the H1N1, the swine flu, and I couldn't find any. And the president has done this in the headwinds of the media. You're doing this in the headwinds of the media. I thank you for making the brave decision to go out and reopen and do it in a safe way. I hope people are paying attention to you, and I'm so grateful to talk to you and to have you on Rush's show. And we bless you and just want God to continue to provide blessings to Liberty University. Thank you for coming on.
I just want to repeat, it's such an honor for me to be on with you, Todd, and thank you so much for that.
It's an honor to have you. Thank you very much. The president of Liberty University, Jerry Falwell. More